Looking for a nice home photography studio, but think you need a giant space, tons of strobes and expensive lighting and stands and everything to put in just a 10 by 10 room, and you just, this can't be done, it's just too expensive. Well, let me tell you, you can do it, because I just did it. I just got everything in a 10 by 10 room. We've got a main light, a fill light, a hair light that's on a boom. We can use it to put gels on the background, or we can use it to highlight the hair, whatever we want to do with it. We did it all in a 10 by 10 room, and we're doing it all with Godox lights. Now, just so you guys know up front, Godox sent me some of the lights. I paid for the rest of the lights. Our channel is only 24,000 subscribers, so I didn't feel like I should ask Godox for the entire thing. So I asked for part. They said absolutely. So they spent some money. I spent some money. The studio is now together. So I'm going to take you up to the studio and walk you through it. But the one cool thing that we did was we're using LED lights. Now let me explain for a minute, because LED lights are always on. And 95% of photographers, including myself, we always shoot models with strobes. And that's right in one way. But in a small room, you don't have to. You can use LED lights. Number one, you don't have any recycle time. If you can shoot 60 frames a second, shoot 60 frames a second. There is no recycle time with on LED lights. They're always on. So don't have to worry about that. Now, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to throw 12 people in there, because then you'll have to have the LED up so bright that it will blind them, because you'll have to get to F11 to keep everybody in focus. So it won't work with that many people. Then you would need the strobes. But remember, we're looking for a small home studio where you can do 1, 2, or 3 people, and it works just fine. I shot pictures of Tanya. I'm going to show you how she did. I'm going to show you some of the things I did right, some of the things I did wrong. I'm going to show you what it looks like with 1 light, what it looks like with 2 lights, what it looks like with 3 lights, and a few creative ways, a few creative things that you can do. So let's get started into that, and I'll go ahead and we'll do a walkthrough of the studio to show you what's up there. So this is the main light. We're running it at 30%, 5600. It is a MLBI 1500. It's MLBI 1500. And it is stronger. The fill light is an MLBI 800, and the hair light is also an MLBI 800. I wanted everything to be the same. The backlight was almost a little too heavy to be a hair light, but they had a Godox 60 watt, but it wasn't quite the exact brand. I mean, it was the same brand. It was Godox, but it was a different name, and I wanted everything exact, because I am almost 60 and I want everything to be set up good, because this will probably be the last one that I set up final. And there is the side. If you guys know what that is, it's a C-stand. Goes on the floor, put sandbags on it, and it will run the hair light out over your client. And you've also got barn doors that I can use. I got filters that fit up in here, a lot of filters. There's some on there now. You can see some of the filters I've got through the barn doors. You can take this around. You can take this around and move it. You can close up the barn doors. You can close up the barn doors however you want. Keep it off their hair. You can point it toward the background, lower it, and you can turn the power up. So all the settings are over here, just like they are on the other. So if you're the client and you're sitting here, you are looking directly into the main light here. I have it set on 30%. This is the fill light. It is also on 30%. And you might be thinking, well, shouldn't your main light be half a stop or a stop stronger than your fill light? And yes, it is. This one is an ML 1600, ML 1500. This one is ML 800. So setting them at the same is about a 1 stop difference. The one over my head is the 800. So that is what the model sees. I'm standing right in this area shooting pictures back through. Shooting right back through that area, so you can tell where we're going. And I can move these lights all around. Now the heavy duty one, I run power on it. I just run it to the wall. The other two, I run batteries to them, because they will last about an hour, but I only run them at about 30%. So they'll last me a good 1 to 2 shoots before I charge them. Less cables hanging down if I don't have to run battery to it. But I love the looks of these Godox lights. And I'll tell you, that's one thing I really researched were the lights. We all know I love Godox, but I had so many different lights. I had Amaran, I had Zhiyun, I had Newer, I had all these different lights. But I decided I wanted everything to match and be from the exact same set. That's why I didn't even fool with changing my backlight to the different type of Godox. I want it to be exactly the same. That way everything is interchangeable. So there we go. So our biggest softbox is on the main light, 90 by 90. Not exactly sure what size this one is. I'd say 60 by 60. And of course that light uses barn doors. And it also has, so I have this in here. These are the Godox boxes that they came in. You can see more of the filters right here that we use. Put over each side if I need it filtered down. And those are the boxes that everything came in. So just wanted to show you the setup of the Godox lights. They are amazing. I've done a couple of shoots with them so far. In this video, you'll see one of those shoots. Now shooting with LED lights, the one thing that's super cool is you don't have to worry about recycle time. So if your camera will shoot 60 frames a second, you can just set whatever power you want, fire away, and there is no worrying about recycle time. So you might ask, well, wouldn't these lights be too bright? But no, they're not too bright for 1 or 2 people. If I keep them at about 30, 40%, they're not too bright. But you can't go, I try to keep it at 1 person or less so that I can have them down low. If I turn them up too bright, I'll blind them. They won't be able to see. Like if I had to try to shoot 10 people, I'd have to have them up to about F11. Everybody would be blind, wouldn't be able to see. Would not be able to look at the lights. So there you go. So, let's take a look on this side. This light has the same settings as the other. Barn door back on there. Barn door's on there. And I will gain about an extra foot. If you can see right now, the background is out from the wall. They're on background stands. I'm going to mount the backgrounds to the wall, and I'll be able to gain about an extra foot. So that will be nice. So I can look back through here, through the studio. So there you go, guys. Main light, fill light, posing table, hair light. Awesome lights. I love them so far. Let's head back down to the studio. All right, so that is how we have it set up. I was very picky about the lights. I think I mentioned to you just then that my backlight, my hair light was an 80 watt, which is a little bit strong and a little bit big. I realized to be a hair light once I got it done. And Godox did have a 60 watt, but it wasn't the Godox 60 BI2, all these numbers confuse me, but it was made just a little differently than the others, but I was being stubborn. I wanted everything to match so that I didn't have to worry about exchanging. If I needed to take something off this light and put it on that one, I want to be able to easily interchange everything. That way I don't have to have adapters, and so we're good to go. So it's all good to go up there. So if you thought that was cool, jump in now and we'll walk through a photo shoot that I did with Tanya. We didn't do anything spectacular. I just tried to keep it simple, show you some simple poses, show you some good lighting, and show you some bad lighting. And Tanya used to model for us years ago. She's one of my favorite people in the world. I just love her to death. I was so happy she could come out and do some modeling for us. And then at the end, we'll take it and we'll even do one fully decked out, edited to make it look like a movie star. Show you how much can be done with this. So I hope you liked the walkthrough of the studio. All right, guys, we have 3 Godox lights that are from Godox. We have a main light, we have a fill light, and we have a hair light. Right now, we're only going to start with one light. We're going to start with a main light, which is the only one shining right at her. Kind of look toward the main light. And as we go along, I'm going to show you what turning on each different light does. I like that, very good. Cut those eyes back toward me. Good smile. Very pretty. Bring your chin this way a little bit. Very good. Awesome. I don't like wearing glasses.
Part of my everyday life.
I can't get my eye doctor to give me glasses. I'm like, can you give me glasses? Like, no, it's about the reading glasses. I'm like, I can't see. All right, let me go back to this. Okay. All right, so you guys can see what the one light did, how we have a little bit of shadow on. Okay, I'm gonna go up and point at her face. So I get right on her face. All right, so as you guys can tell in the pictures, we have shadow on this side of her face. So we're gonna turn on our fill light, which will fill in the dark spots, hence the term fill light. So we're gonna turn this on. And that will take away the shadows that we saw over here. Keep that smile on. That's good. 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn it down. I forgot. Good smile. Bring your chin this way. And when you've got two lights going, the main light and the fill light, you can have them looking at either one. So this time, kind of take your eyes and look at the fill light. Now cut your eyes back toward me. Good smile. Now back toward this light. Perfect. Now eyes toward me. Very cool. All right. Now I'm going to turn on the hair light so we can light up the top of her hair. She's got light hair, but when you get somebody with dark hair, I know that really lit up the top of her head. It's a really...
Wow, that was really bright.
Yeah, I was going to say, look right into that. Now you can see right there where the top of her hair is really lit up. If she was brunette, you'd really be able to see it even more, although you can see it pretty dang good right there.
Does it give me a halo?
Yeah, it does. It just makes the one you have brighter. Good. Take your arms, elbows, put them right on that. Just kind of rest your chin on. There you go. Right there, good. Good smile. There you go. Right there. Okay. All right, so you're good. So you guys can see what having all three lights on does. Since her hair is lighter, I'm going to point this toward the background more. And we're going to light up more of the background than her hair. And it probably won't even fall on her head. I'm optimistic that way. Let's see. Or a helmet. Put your hands back up there again. Hands on top, head on top of something. There you go. Now this has the overhead light off again. These are the two lights in the front. I thought that was good. Oh, let's change your shirt. Very good smile. That's what I like. Take your eyes, look over here. Let's back up straight. They're good. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. We're going to count to 3. We go 1, 2, 3. Film. Oh, if we'd have had digital back then, that'd have been fun. That'd have been awesome.
Having to go through all the proof process and seeing.
I'm going to shoot a few more on her in the white. Do you have a black or red shirt with you?
I do have black.
Okay.
Sure, I might have red.
Okay. We're going to do black and we're going to do something cool. Okay. All right, arch that back. Keep it straight. Good smile. Perfect. I love that smile. You've always had the best smile, haven't you? Point your feet that way a little bit more. I'll take your left arm, put it up on the table. Yeah, just roll your chin. There you go. That's it. That's seductive look right there. Close your eyes. Now on the count of 3, open up your eyes and part your lips slowly. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. Let me do a few more of these. Are we going?
Yep.
All right, now what we're going to do, guys, if you have very limited space, but you do have one of the lights, because we've got one of the Godox soapboxes, it's the 90 by 90. You're good. And we've got Tanya right up against it. And I'm over here. Y'all probably can't see me, but I'm over here. And she is going to put her hands on it like that as a window. Take your chin that way, just like that. And we are going to get some cool shots right here. If it'll focus. Perfect. That's awesome. I can see that strip. That's awesome. Tilt you over. Very good right there. It does not like trying to find your eyes right there. Good, good, good. That's awesome. Give me a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a smile. There you go. A little more, a little more. 1, 2. Now this is something that you can do, but you have to be very careful because if she moves her face very far, you're going to lose a lot of light and you're not going to be able to tell anything. So you need to make sure that the light is covering up most of her shadow right here is fine, but you need light over here. That'll light up her eyes and at least half her face. And I keep her hands there usually just to make it look kind of more normal. You can put, I think we'll like the black that's going to make that colors on her pop. There you go. That's a little hot. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. I like that. A little more smile. There you go. Awesome. Oh, dang these knees. Watch that thing over your head. I'm going to pull this out. I want you to stand up.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to see if I can get it. Yeah, just don't hit your head on that thing.
I have no peripheral vision.
Perfect. And that is the good thing about using LED lights is there's no recycle time. Okay, guys, so that was Tanya's pictures and us doing a little explaining on each thing. Like the one time where I had the hair light a little too far forward, you can see it was just coming down and just lighting up the tip of her nose. That's a no-no. You don't want that. You got to make sure that light stays back. Use your barn doors, move the bar, or move the light back because it'll look great on her hair, look great on her shoulders. But if you come just that much too far forward, you can get the nose because your nose sticks out a little bit and you'll be lighting at just the tip of the nose and you don't want that. So that's something you want to watch for. I think I pointed that out in the video, but that's something you really do need to watch for. So I hope that you liked your pictures. We did a little bit of editing on these. And if you guys have any questions about what I did, let me know. We used 2 Godox ML80 BIs and 1 Godox ML150 BI2, I believe it is. And they just work wonderfully. I shoot them all on like 30%, so very low output. I don't have to turn them up high. I like having all the extra power in case I ever do need to go outside with them or something like that. But for me, now that I'm not shooting weddings, basically just doing YouTube all the time, having the YouTube studio, that'll probably be the last studio I ever build. Won't need to do any more. Those should last me long enough. Using the LED lights, which I think is so awesome because no more recycle worries. That's so awesome. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions about anything that I did in the video, let me know. Be glad to help you out. We did 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights. We did a little bit of everything. So any questions about any of that, drop a note down at the bottom. I'd be glad to help you out. And I appreciate it and appreciate you guys' time. Drop me a note and let me know if you're looking toward building a photography studio in your house. Let me know. I'll be glad to help you out. And I will leave a link for any of the Godox gear that we're using up there. And you can check it out. And if you buy through our link, we will get a slight commission. Your price will stay the same, but we will get a slight commission that helps us at the channel. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you to Godox for sending the lights, and thank you guys for watching. Any questions, drop them down at the bottom. We'll get right back to you. Appreciate it. Have a good day.